Hello everybody, I'm really happy of being here with you, even if virtually. Unluckily, major forces kept me in Milan, so I want to have the pleasure to share this amazing time with you. I hope the way we arranged to have my presentation will work good in the end. So let's start because we are running already short of time. Thanks everybody for inviting me, and this is my presentation that's called Is It Really About Money? Actually, I wrote quite a long paper about it that you can find in the link below in this first slide. Paper tries to go deeper into this question, is it really about money, and tries to do it by the big overview about all the funding schemes and opportunities actually available for us, at least in Europe. But now we're going to discuss one of the case studies that is a project that we are running that can be a good example of both good and tricky things about doing public projects the way we are interested in and this panel is investigating. Next, please. First of all, let's check a short video, 2 minutes, no more, about the project. Everything should be clear then. Carlo or Chris, can you please launch the video? Thanks a lot. So we did it. Let's have a short recap and I hope you enjoyed the video. First of all, Circolo is a peer-to-peer cycle community based on the sharing of private bikes. This is based on an infrastructure that's made of a technological device that you plug to your bike and a digital platform that allows any kind of interaction and development of service. Then you can have 3 roles: the one you give the bike, the one you use other bikes, the one you curate bikes. So first cool part, this is local because it flirts with both the urban scale, the super small one. Think on how it can positively impact, for instance, in a small cycle atelier. But then it's also global because it can be completely, at least, European. The business model is a quite normal one because we get money by selling devices plus selling service. But then something happy happens. That is, we share the revenues with the community. When you buy a device, you become a shareholder in the company. And this leads us to a quite important ambition that we have, the exit strategy, as they call it in startup boring word. That is, we want the community to take over the company. Every person that has a share that buys a device, it's getting a part of our shares. In the end, at that, 5 million user in the community, we will have 0 shares. The community will be holding the company. This is interesting because it's a completely different way for generating a public company, and can also be a cool exit strategy, as today selling a startup is probably as difficult as launching it. So going back to the brief, today we discuss about urban flows, funding these flows with alternative or new or unexpected ways, scaling up what is coming from the bottom up, and working with communities, clients, but which can be the difference between communities and clients. If you think of our case, it's kind of blurry, and new businesses. Okay, this is consequent. Okay, we have almost all these elements, but let's start to examine how they work in a good and in a bad way, because this is what we need to understand, because everything that is cool, it's probably tricky to be implemented in the most effective way. Cool thing number one, it is, I'm sorry guys, I don't want to criticize you, but probably it's not about scalability, it is about replicability. Scalability is actually the model of contemporary capitalism, that is the infinite idea of growth. Profit, its content and revenues are constantly growing. This is about replicability. We think this has to be made into small communities that are networked, a city, a neighborhood. Then we have small economy that together can generate a big ones, but avoiding the risks of scalability-based economies. Second, for all the reasons we said, we empower communities, we foster different kind of identities. Are you good in fixing bikes? Nice, you are as important as a provider. This is cool. And also, can you do something that is taking into delegation the provision of a service that normally was intended to be a public provided one? Yes, it is possible. This is also called social innovation. This is sharing economy. This is something that nowadays is taking more and more space in our economy and societies. Third, obviously, it is not centralized. But then, which is the ambition? Because tricky part is starting. What do we want to be? Here I say, provost that we loved. Do you remember the white bikes? Yeah, I consider it so because you are in the Netherlands. Or do we want to act real? Because as ambitions are high, the startups costs are higher as well. I mean, it's not like we say, okay, let's paint white some bikes, and you need to build a big infrastructure in order to generate the growth in terms of replicability you are searching for. And this is both economical, technological, and software innovation that's not absolutely easy. But then where do you get funds? Actually, in first instance, we got it in the normal way like every startup does, because taking it from a community, it's quite complicated. And then otherwise, doing it in crowdfunding, it's once again, even more complicated and not probably that profitable. But I send you back to the paper for these points. Then doing innovation is quite complicated. In many terms, fiscality. Can you imagine what will happen when we will decide how to tax the revenues of Airbnb? Well, think of the same. Management, running a so fluid and flexible, and we love it, system, it's really complicated. On both sides, that is the company and the user. I mean, I know we aim to erase this boundary, but at a starting up point moment, we need to face it. And also permitting, I mean, think of the fact of what is legal in terms of biking in Italy, France, and the Netherlands. As we have European ambitions, it's becoming tricky. Then it is about our role as designers. What do we do inside this project? We cannot be the startuppers and then disappear, because we cannot betray community, we cannot generate expectation, we cannot respond to, but mainly in the majority of cases, we become the leaders of an innovation process that cannot avoid the presence of a leader. So are we external actors, consultants as we've always been, or are we becoming something different? So in the end, this is a more ecological problem rather than an economical one. Which is our role in society? How do we change the way we design and we conceive our role inside of projects? What do we do? Because I really think that it's not anymore doing material or immaterial stuff, products, services, architecture, spaces. We as designer, by reorganizing existing system of resources, we can generate new forms of value. This is the base of many new kind of economics, both, let's say, money-based and not money-based, that are actually happening right now and are really exciting. And last but not least, this is a crucial point, that it's not about how we can drive money into our project, but it is how can we change the way we design in order to include in the DNA of what we do the socio-economical variables that are at the basis of a public process nowadays. This is a huge ecological, and I would say also in the higher sense of the word political objective that we as designers we need to fulfill. I think that's all. I'm running late of 1 minute and a half. I'm really sorry. I hope this has been interesting for you, and for every kind of inquiry there's my email, and plus the Google Doc I've been sharing with you with the paper. It's an open one, so we can develop it in a wiki way. Thanks a lot, Carlo Cliso, the organizer, all the friends that I've been talking to without seeing them. Thanks a lot. Hugs. I will be following you online.